Let's go through the Aldershot Town lineup for sure for the first time now. We'll obviously call it out again once we get going with the match, but I suspect a similar formation other than that tweak up top. Although talking to one or two people off air, I think Tristan Abrahams is more than capable of just dropping off a bit. If Tommy likes to sometimes have two forward-thinking players behind the main striker, he can fall into that role. Kwame Thomas is going to be on that back line, isn't he? And Hargreaves, who's had his most difficult couple of games in an Aldershot Town shirt after pretty much smashing it really for a whole season, winning some people's Player of the Year. He slots back into his more familiar position, the more advanced position as one of the 10s. I thought he played it brilliantly at Dorking pre-season, but it hasn't quite worked in the opening league games as well as it might.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You know, when we saw that Dorking pre-season friendly, I thought that we may have just found a little hidden gem there in pushing Cam a little bit further forward, but it's just not seemed to have worked for him so far this season, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing him back in his role from last season alongside Tetek in the centre. I think it's a really key position actually this afternoon, because you could argue that actually our midfield has been sort of bypassed quite a few times already, and be interested to see whether they hold their positions or whether they'll look to bomb forward. But I think depending on the dynamics of the game, we'll find out the answers to that.
Absolutely. We are not too many minutes away from kick-off here. We await the teams. That full... Well, they're coming out now, so perfect timing. Cameron Hargreaves leads out Aldershot Town this afternoon in their all-black strip, just a little bit of red flashing on the bottom of the shorts. And Solihull Moors are led out by Jamie Osborne back in their side today. A familiar face and an absolute engine room of their team, Solihull Moors. Very often one of the best 2 or 3 players in any given match that you watch. We'll pick through their side and one or two of the new signings they've got as we go on. The teams line up for the handshake, so let's tell you the Aldershot Town starting lineup. Dewhurst in goal, Meerholz, Nightingale and Claridge the back 3, and then across the midfield, Hill, Hargreaves, Tetek and Archie Taylor, who makes his National League starting debut, and then Josh Barrett, and he'll be playing behind Kwame Thomas and Tristan Abraham. And as for Solihull Moors, well, we think Laurie Walker in goal. Well, we know Laurie Walker in goal. Tyler French, Alex Whitmore and Bradley Nicholson most likely the back 3, with Cameron Green and Oscar Rutherford the wing backs. Jamie Osborne and James Clark potentially in the centre of midfield, with Ben Warman and Callum McFarlane supporting Dan Creaney in attack. Aldershot initially are lining up on the left hand side, which is the end where they've got about 150 to 200 Shots fans over on the far side. No roof above them. It's that kind of permanently temporary seating, or temporarily permanent, whichever way you look at it. I remember when they first had it, they actually had scaffolding and covers over it, and they've taken them off now, Julian. Maybe it's the time of year.
Yeah, I think when we were here last was in probably the coldest game I think I've ever been to, in December that one was. So I'm pretty sure we didn't have that stand available at that match. So it's really good to see. Got a healthy number of Shot supporters over there that'll be cheering on the lads today.
Fascinating thing about the Solihull Moors starting lineup today is that just one player remains from the same game last season. It was only in February as well. Staggering really. Creaney's come in from Tamworth, McFarlane from Fulham, Warman from Heed, Green from Boston, Rutherford from Dagenham, French from Sutton, and Nicholson also from Boston, and Walker from Barnet. Crazy stuff. So only potentially the two central midfielders of Clark and Osborne are the familiar faces, if you like, in the Solihull Moors team. Aldershot are going to kick left to right in the first half in their all-black away strip, and immediately Claridge sends it forward in the right channel. It'll go straight past the nose of Kwame Thomas and into the hands of Laurie Walker, who's of course formerly worn the red and blue, or the orange, or the pink, or the purple, or whatever it was at the time of Aldershot Town. Briefly it was, and of course more familiar face probably now in the National League for his time at Barnet, Julian, but one of many goalkeepers that Dean Brennan ruthlessly got rid of when he fancied having another one instead.
Yeah, I've always rated Laurie Walker. I thought he had a decent
too.
spell with us, and then I think he went off to Stevenage and then Barnet after that, but good, solid, reliable, dependable goalie.
Solihull Moors on the edge of Aldershot Town's penalty area. Mearholes clears forward, but it's going to come back again from Oscar Rutherford. Now Aldershot clear it up to Barrett. Can he keep it in on the touchline? Yes, he can. He finds Hill. Hill sends it forward. Ricochet falls kindly into the path of Cameron Hargreaves. Mearholes from a position on the left side in front of the shot supporter sends it forward. Tristan Abrahams chases. A little bit of shove in the back there from Tristan Abrahams on Nicholson, but no more than a hand in the lower back and nothing given. Solihull Moors clear to touch, and a little bit more direct from Aldershot with that first ball forward, Julian.
Yeah, and I think, as we said at the start, that's going to probably be a key feature, is to get the ball up to the top two as quick as possible, and then see what happens from there. We've got willing runners. We've got Archie Taylor making his first start of the season. He's going to be bombing down the right hand side too, so yeah, I think that's going to be a feature of the game today. Yeah,
I've been really impressed with him and the moments that I've seen him this season. Here's a flick on from Tetek, falls nicely into the path of Barrett. He cushions it down for Tetek. Tetek is caught, but referee says no foul. It was a good tackle, and picking up the ball and bombing forward down the right hand side is Clark. Sends it inside, shot comes in, it's straight at centrally at Dewhurst. He gathers it in at the second attempt, and it came from the number 11, the former Gateshead attacking midfielder Ben Warman, one of many of those Gateshead players from last season that's moved on, and many of them moved upwards. You could argue that he's made a sideways move. I think that's fair, isn't it, from Gateshead to Solihull Moors, perhaps team similar size in the National League, but a difficult time always at that football club, and full credit to them for continuing to pick themselves up off the floor. But certainly a player that's impressed us previously wearing that Gateshead shirt.
Yeah, Warman is just sitting in a bit of a Josh Barrett type role, just sitting in behind Creaney and McFarlane up top, so he's going to be one we're going to need to keep an eye on.
Alright, Aldershot win the ball in midfield. Claridge has got it just inside his own half. He's going forward. He's going to be crowded out by a combination of Clark and McFarlane, and in doing so he puts hands on one of them and gives away a free kick to Solihull Moors just about 8 to 10 yards inside their own half.
Fairly settled start, I'd say, Rob, for the first sort of 3 minutes, looking reasonably comfortable on the ball and looking comfortable when Solihull have got the ball as well.
They come out to the left hand side. Julian and I are 10 yards or so into the half that Solihull are attacking. Osborne picks up the ball here and has rather too much time to get it under control and turn and drift in across, and it's headed backwards by a Solihull Moors player, and Tetek gets there first and sends it up in the air. Hill's quickly onto it. His first touch steers it away, and then it's picked off, and Rutherford sends it back across, and Solihull clip it down the left side. James Claridge, lovely cushion header just to buy himself a bit of space, and a ball up to Kwame Thomas, and I thought Whitmore came through the back of him, but nothing given. Hargreaves backheels the ball off of Osborne and into touch. Interesting battle that there between Whitmore and Thomas. I think we'll have to keep our eye on that one, Julian.
Yeah, it's going to be a real physical battle up top there, and Kwame does what he does best. He's going to put himself about a bit there and definitely make himself known to the Solihull central defenders.
Aldershot have got the ball in their own half centrally in the centre circle with Dayan Tetek. Plays it out to Taylor, who flicks it on, and Nicholson beats Abrahams in the air a little bit too easily and comfortably. Ball played forward. Dewhurst comes out of his area, heads it. It's headed on by Claridge, and then Archie Taylor's picked it up. Oh, lovely footwork to just skip past the Solihull Moors player and feed Tetek. Not the best touch from Barrett, but a great first touch, but a great second touch. Feeds Mearholes. He's bombing forward. Ryan Hill's got it on the left side. Plays it back. I'm not sure if he was looking for Tetek or Barrett, but he ends up finding Tetek. Barrett is then involved, and I want to call him Richard. Ryan Hill is fouled in a central position, just left of centre, and Aldershot Town decide to wait and send up the centre backs. Claridge is off, Nightingale is off, and Mearholtz, the last of the three, is also off, and he looks slightly less enthusiastic about it, Julian, than the other two. Is that a fair comment?
Yeah, I think he was not looking forward to going up there, but he has taken up a position just on the edge of the box. There's a nice line there waiting for the ball.
Ball comes straight into easy catch for Laurie Walker, who didn't even have to move or jump up. And Solihull Moors quickly spot that they've got a player available in the right back position, so they switch the play over to the right hand side. Barrett almost wins it.
It's going to be an interesting battle with the ex-Dagenham players this afternoon. Ryan Hill down our left and Oscar Rutherford down our right, so they'll know each other really well from their playing days last season.
That's Julian Walters. I'm Rob Worrell. We're coming to you live from Damson Park, also called the Armco Arena these days. 0-0 after 6 minutes. Good afternoon to Colin Hayden, who's also listening in. So's Dan Hicks. Ball play forward. Thomas can't win it cleanly in the air. It bounces loose. James Clark heads it back, and then it's lifted forward by Solihull Moors, and Will Nicholson slightly stumbles but recovers, finds Claridge, who plays the ball up to Tristan Abrahams. Abrahams finds Hargreaves. I think we've got the potential for a fairly open game here. I don't see either side playing in a low block this afternoon, Julian. Both of them desperate for that first win.
Yeah, it seems to be both sides having a bit of time on the ball, so it's going to be key what they do with it.
Belated decision to give a foul against Josh Barrett, even though Aldershot kept the ball. Normally when a referee does that, it's because he's going to caution a player. What he's actually doing is he's giving Warman, I think, a last warning already. I think he's just pointed to 3 places on the pitch, which is typically what a referee says when they're saying, I've already seen you foul here, here and here. But
yeah, we've only been in 7 minutes, Rob, and he's
I can't recall him making a previous foul myself, but the referee normally in that situation they play an advantage, but he felt that he needed to have a word with Warman at least anyway.
Yeah, it's always interesting for me when the ref gives the first yellow card, and this ref, to be fair to him, I know we're only 7 minutes in, but he seems to have a decent control over the game. Famous last words, Rob.
Yeah, James Bancroft, ball played forward from the free kick, little knockdown flick from Abrahams, hooked over his head and away by Clark, taken down by Jamie Osborne, tries to play a ball forward, that's cut out by a foot from Tetek, and now the ball in the possession of Hargreaves, who sends it down the right side to Archie Taylor. Onto his left, sends in a deep cross. It'll go past everybody and it'll be picked up by Oscar Rutherford on the far side. He's kept the ball and now he's gone back to, is it Tyler French with the blonde locks? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah. French inside to Whitmore. Alex Whitmore, by the way, might struggle to play all of this game and all of Monday's game, but he's still got it. He's the fans' player of the year last season at Solihull Moors, the big centre back.
Yeah, I remember him actually from a good few years ago when he was at Fylde, and he impressed me then too. Good solid National League defender.
Here's Solihull Moors playing it around the middle. Osborne flicks the ball. That's okay, mate. That's okay. Osborne flicks the ball. It's gone out to the left. Clark's got it. It's been cut out by Nightingale. Abrahams and Osborne go in together. Osborne, very, very tight. Osborne just got there first. And it will be a free kick to Solihull Moors, given away by Tristan Abrahams, who pleads his innocence. I'm going to say he was definitely there first, but that was cute from Osborne. to arrive first and then react to like a challenge, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think so. I think he was playing the percentages there, wasn't he? He's now got an opportunity to get the ball in. Again, they're just lining up on the edge of the box here, and Solihull have got all the big men forward, so gonna have to make sure we're on our toes for this one.
Kwame Thomas has gone back to mark Alex Whitmore. Tristan Abrahams and Josh Barrett are staying up, which means 3 Solihull Moors players have got to stay back. Kiban Rai and Hadi Gandor come back from a warm-up, and it's floated in by Warman, cleared away by Aldershot, finds its way back to Warman, and he sends a ball in. There's a little deflection, 2 players trying to get on it, and it goes kindly through to Dewhurst, who bowls it out low, out to the left to Meerholz, who's jogging forward with it, down the left, and then plays it out to the left, where I think Tristan Abrahams is going to struggle to keep that in play. Poor ball in the end from Meerholz, who carried it nicely, didn't he? 20-30 yards, but a little bit too casual with the pass. He shouldn't be finding touch there. He wasn't under any pressure.
Yeah, he was moving at a rapid pace, but you're absolutely right. There was a ball there to be put into the corner for Abrahams to run on, but unfortunately it just went a little bit too far.
I think so. I've got no qualms if he doesn't find Abrahams, but you have to put it into a space where Abrahams can get onto it. Here's Whitmore being shut down by Barrett. We'll update our radio listeners shortly. Just towards the end of the 11th minute now here at the Armco Arena. 0-0 so far. Solihull straight through the right side, and it's kind of missed really by McFarlane. Meerholz tidies up and goes back to Dewhurst. Here's Hill sending the ball around the corner up to Kwame Thomas. Barrett almost picks the ball up, but he's been outwitted by Jamie Osborne. He very nearly then takes it off of Osborne, but again Osborne recovers. Rutherford into Warman, back to Rutherford, back to Warman, and back to Osborne. James Clark picks the ball up. He's adapted into a central midfielder these days. That's unusual. He's always been a right back or right wing back or even right centre back. So here's Archie Taylor though onto the loose ball, finds Tristan Abrahams. A little touch to try and knock it past Nicholson, but Nicholson is too cute for that. Gets back onto the ball, and a really good signing for Solihull Moors, Brad Nicholson. At Boston, of course, last season, wasn't he? On loan there, I think. But
Scunthorpe as well. He's spent a bit of time.
That's right. Here's Nightingale finding Tetek. Tetek out to James Claridge. Hargreaves does well to play it off a Solihull Moors player and into touch in front of the shots bench.
Taylor's looking comfortable, isn't he, down this right hand side?
Oh, sorry, Julian. They're just going to come to us on the radio. Yeah, it's still goalless at the moment, Connor. 12 and a half minutes gone. Pretty even. Don't think it's been a clear-cut effort on goal from either end, but the Shots, who have lost those first 3 games and fallen behind a little bit too quickly in all of them, really, will be pleased to have got a bit of a platform in this one. Looking solid enough so far. 12, nearly 13 minutes gone. Solihull Moors 0, Shots 0. Here's Kwame Thomas battling for the ball, sends it out to the left to Hill. He's carrying the ball, plays it to Barrett. He's received the ball just inside the penalty area. Oh, he twists, turns, and the ref. Oh, I think as he's fell over, he must have caught a Solihull Moors player, because the referee's given a free kick the other way. But did you see it more clearly than I did, Julian?
Yeah, I think he's just stumbled on the ball and unfortunately handballed it by the looks of it, so the ref's given it for that. Just not quite running for Josh Barrett at the moment. I think he needs a little bit of something to get him going.
A little bit of a kind of 85th minute at Wembley kind of thing. Yeah. A
goal of the season, something like that.
Yeah, that's I think when he gets the ball in just inside the area like that, I think everybody knows he's going to try and jink back onto his right foot, and at some point I think he's going to have a swing on the old left.
Yeah, we know he's perfectly capable of scoring with either.
Throw into Shots halfway inside their own half. Relatively, compared to perhaps the intensity of the opening 3 games of the season, relatively calm start in this one. Tristan Abrahams comes short for the ball and is quite clearly bundled over. Free kick to shots just inside their own half. Archie Taylor, having stepped up a division, having got his first start today, looks so confident on that pitch to me.
Yeah,
it's good body language, if nothing else.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
He looks really comfortable, as if it's meant to be for him. He had a super season last year with Hampton and Richmond, and fully deserved his chance. And whilst he wasn't sort of a starter for the first 3 games, I think he's earned his place with some great performances off the bench.
Poor clearance there from Dewhurst, who can only find touch halfway inside the Aldershot town half. Solihull Moors get it, clear it forward, and then he does really well. He recovers, Dewhurst, because Claridge tried to clear the ball. He sliced it horribly up in the air, and it was going behind for a corner. Dewhurst scampered out to the left side of his goal and just volleyed it into touch from pretty much on the goal line, on the dead ball line anyway.
Yeah, he did well there actually to prevent the corner. He was quick off the mark, and we've got a Solihull throw now, just probably about 15 yards from the corner spot. This is going to be launched into the middle.
For sure. I think it's Brad Nicholson who's taken it. Referee's having a word with a bit of holding, pushing, shoving in the area. I think Aldershot Town will be desperate not to concede from a set piece today. Solihull Moors will have absolutely made it a part of their game plan. And I don't say overly because that's the way they play as a team, but just because other teams have had success there, and it's an obvious one. Tommy said it in his post-match on Saturday. The more games this happens, the more teams are going to, pick on it and play against it. So we've got to improve. In comes the throw, and there's all sorts of a scramble there. It's eventually been picked up by French. Oh, great effort, comes back off the bar, it's floated back into the area and disappears across the goal, and Abrahams will actually pick it up on the dead ball line. But today it's Solihull Moors that have hit the woodwork in the opening quarter of an hour, not Aldershot. And could that be a sign, Julian? The first thought I had when that happened was, is Aldershot's luck about to turn?
Yeah, we were right behind that, weren't we, Rob? And for all the world, I thought that was going to just nestle in the back. But off the bar, a little bit of luck for the shots. Let's take that and move forward with it now.
Just remind me, was it Tyler French? I can't remember.
I think so, yes it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of those moments, I can still see it visually, but I couldn't see who did it. Here's Aldershot coming to the other end. Taylor's battling in the air for his own forward pass. And Solihull Moors play it forward. Creaney battling with Nightingale. He's got the ball down. Nightingale gets a key foot on it into touch, and it's a throw in to Solihull Moors, who have just had the first chance of the game, and it was a pretty clear cut one. Fair to say that Dewhurst had no chance. He reached up, but the ball cannoned back squarely off the roof of the bar, and now Aldershot Town are going to have to defend another long throw. Bradley Nicholson's going to take this one, like he did the last one on the other side. That's the point that I meant to make. Steps forward now. In comes the throw. It's headed away by Archie Taylor, only as far as Nicholson. He's forced backwards to Green, and then it's played forward, and Warman can't get it under control at the first attempt. He does at the second. He gets the ball back from Nicholson, and then good battling from Hargreaves, and the ball's into the area, and Marcus Dewhurst has got it. But Aldershot settled fairly well in the opening 10-12 minutes, but just coming under a bit of nice knockdown off the chest of Tristan Abrahams into the path of Barrett, sends it out right to Archie Taylor. Taylor inside to Barrett. Barrett again tries something and gets his feet in a muddle, but he manages to keep possession. He's just feeling left side of his thigh. I think he's had a glancing blow on it from the Solihull Moors player. Here's Ryan Hill sending the ball into the box. Oh, Tristan Abrahams, why has he ducked under that, Julian? Why has he ducked under that? Long cross from the left side. If he was a defender, that would make sense, but he's ducked under it rather than stick out a foot to try and keep it in play. I don't understand that.
I'm not sure what was going through his mind there, but a really good early delivery from Ryan Hill on the left-hand side there, and right to the back post where Abrahams was, but not quite sure. I can't answer that one if I'm being totally honest, Rob.
There's nothing logical about it, but equally, we're 10-15 yards into the other side, and there might have been something. I wonder if there was a slight glance on the way in, and maybe Abrahams thought it was going behind for a corner. That's all I can think.
Yeah, sounds like a good shout.
Here's Solihull Moors in possession in their own half. Strong challenge from Tristan Abrahams, and for a moment I thought the referee was going to allow play on, but he did give, and I think rightly so, free kick to Solihull Moors just inside their own half.
Could have gone either way, that one. Perhaps a little bit harsh, but
a little bit of both. Ball spread over to the far side. A little bit of a knockdown. Meerholtz gets a foot in. Tetek picks up the ball and keeps possession for shots. Threads it across the middle. Through Hargreaves to Claridge, who plays a good ball forward to Barrett. And then Barrett plays the ball forward for Abrahams, who hesitated like it was running out of play, then realised it wasn't and went again. And Julian, I'm loath after just 2 moments to criticise somebody, but you've got your first start, you're out there. Don't hold back anymore now, fella.
Yeah, Tristan.
Go make things happen. Chase lost causes and don't give up on anything.
Yeah, he thought he was going to be second to the ball and Walker was going to get there.
I don't like that thinking. I like the thinking that I'm second favourite, but I'm going to get there first if I can. Anyway, we move on. Claridge out to Archie Taylor. Taylor inside to Hargreaves. Aldershot now with the ball out to Hill in the inside right channel. Turns, gets his cross in. Oh, good header on that one. Just glances off the bar with a touch possibly from the keeper as well. And it's 0-0. Both sides have glanced or hit the woodwork, corner to shot.
Super cross from Ryan Hill there. He took up a position just on the inside right position.
That's what we want to see from Tristan Abrahams.
Absolutely. Floated a beautiful ball and Abrahams was there. That was going into the corner. Goalie has made a super save there and tipped it over for the corner.
That's the way I wanted to see Tristan Abrahams respond from a couple of moments where he might have rightly been due a bit of criticism, certainly the second one. Corner's played short to Barrett. Hargreaves touches it back. Barrett to the far post. Oh, good header from Whitmore. Just as that man, Abrahams, was approaching at the far post. It'll be now another corner to the shots. And I'd quite like, would you, Julian, the irony that having conceded from quite a lot of set pieces, that Aldershot go and score for one. They've got the armoury today. They've got the weapons to potentially do so.
Yeah, and they're mixing up their corners quite nicely. That was a nice little short one where Cam peeled off the post and laid it back to Barrett.
Barrett this time sends the ball in right-footed. It's missed by Meerholtz, hooked over his head by Osborne. Not the best delivery by Josh Barrett. Solihull Moors just head the ball into touch. It'll be an Aldershot throw 5 or 10 yards inside the Solihull Moors half. Dan Creaney, excellently taken goal up at Carlisle in midweek, and Solihull Moors led in that game for quite a while. Came back with a point, the second consecutive home draw for Carlisle, not quite ripping up the National League as one or two of their players thought they might. Good ball out to the left, Ryan Hill takes it under control. It's just touched into touch by Solihull Moors, and Hill gets on the end of it. Perhaps was Aldershot Town's most impressive player on Wednesday night. Tucked away his 2 penalties confidently, but generally worked very, very hard for the cause, and he looks like one of those players who looks like he could do 90 minutes every game as well, a bit like Cameron Hargreaves, and you need a few of them in your side, don't you?
Got a good engine, I think is the term, Rob.
Yeah, good attempted ball forward from Will Nightingale on halfway, and he gets it a bit too straight, goes all the way through to Laurie Walker, who's kicking from the floor now. Claridge in a battle with Creaney. Archie Taylor is now battling with Green, and I think the referee's seen something going on off the ball between Creaney and Claridge, and the referee's now pulling Creaney over for a strong word, and he's going to his pocket, and I think it's going to be yellow. He momentarily went to his shorts pocket. He's checking the time, and he's going to give Dan Creaney a yellow card. And good, strong refereeing. He kept an eye on that incident after the initial challenge. And Creaney is not going to be allowed to go on and bully James Claridge this afternoon because he's on a yellow card.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a moment there just before the tussle there, which resulted in the yellow card. But I think that was the right decision. I think I think Creaney deserved that for that, and he's just being called back by the ref for having a word now as well, which isn't the right thing to be doing at this time.
I mean, the referee's he's lucky the referee's saying just calm yourself down and shut up, because otherwise I'm going to have to pull out another yellow and you're off, son. He's now called the captain over, Jamie Osborne, just to have a little word, and he's going to be playing a little bit on the edge, but that's what he does, Dan Creaney. He's never going to give anybody an easy time. He's big, he's strong, he's a really thick-set lad as well, isn't he? He's very difficult to play against.
Quite quick as well, actually.
He is quite pacey as well. He knows how to finish, and he's in his head approaching the game today. He'll have fancied this perhaps more than the other 3 games so far, in the sense that he'll feel he can get up against one or two of the young Aldershot centre backs. Here he gets onto this ball in front of Claridge, holds it, sends it inside to Osborne. Osborne has a little bit of difficulty, and if Kwame Thomas had reacted a bit quicker, he might have got onto that loose ball. Solihull Moors have kept it. Tyler French plays it now to Alex Whitmore, and then forward it comes. They don't thread it through the middle that much. Knocked down from Creaney and cleared into touch by James Claridge. Bit feather-like his clearance there, and he would have probably wanted to get a bit more distance on that. Maybe just a bit shaken from that incident as well. Done well, the Watford loanee, for me individually, in a side that it's very difficult to defend for. He's certainly going to get a real blooding in the men's game, isn't he, here, while he's here, like those boys did last year.
Absolutely.
Ellison, Armitage.
Got another long throw coming in here, Rob.
Yeah, Bradley Nicholson again. In it comes. Header from Creaney's on target, but it's just cushioned really and goes straight to Dewhurst, and he'll be a little bit disappointed, Creaney, that he didn't power it in a little bit, a la the last couple of goals against Aldershot. Meerholz can't keep the ball in play at the other end. It's in touch, throw in to Solihull Moors. So a couple of big moments for the home team. Creaney's header straight at Dewhurst, and Tyler French curling one against the bar. If you saw Tarin Alarakia's goal for Rochdale last week, it was a bit like that. Ghosted onto a ball just inside the penalty area. Got a lovely sweep and curl on it. This one came back off the bar. Good work from Hargreaves in between 2 Moors players. Pokes it back to Archie Taylor. He plays it up to Josh Barrett. Barrett lifts the ball out to the right hand side where Abrahams can battle with Nicholson, but Nicholson is one of those centre backs for me who's got almost everything. He gets onto it, he clears it. Archie Taylor's picked it up. Can he feed the ball back to Barrett? He can. Barrett has to go back to Claridge. Claridge inside to Tetek. Nice first touch as always. What a wonderful technical player he is. Ball played forward looking for Hill, and Hill is just pulled up by James Clark, and referee James Bancroft probably didn't have to do much today to impress me compared to the first 3 refs this season, but he's been by far and away the best one we've seen so far. Is Barrett arrowing the ball into the far side of the air. Knocked down from Kwame Thomas. Ryan Hill's onto it. Shot. Goal! Yes. Ryan Hill, 3 in 2 games, and the shots for the first time this season take the lead in the 28th minute at the Armco Arena. Solihull Moors 0, Aldershot Town 1.
He's been everywhere on the pitch so far in this first 27 minutes. Josh Barrett picks the ball up, sends a delicious cross into the middle. Thomas knocks it down. Ryan Hill still has a bit of work to do. Beats 1, beats 2, and slots the ball into the corner for a fantastic finish, and the shots are 1-0 up.
I don't think I've ever defended Aldershot Town any more than I have done in conversations and podcasts and various things this week, and on Facebook groups and everything else as well, where everybody is ready to say woe is me, we're going down this year. You have to take the circumstances into account. 10 players out injured, 5 of them defenders. We have unquestionably set out to try and score more than the opposition, and it hasn't worked. The fact that the games have been entertaining is a consolation. It doesn't overpower winning games or not losing games, and those comments a couple of times in recent games have definitely been taken out of context. Here's Claridge trying to lift the ball forward. People have said I'm really concerned about this year. I said I'm not worried. I'm not concerned about Aldershot Town going down while Tommy Witherington's in charge and plays the football the way he plays with the players he's got. And you know, I don't know how you feel. I know you posted something more on the lines of where I'm coming from on a Facebook group. And I know one or two people, Lewis Davies, who listens a lot, he'll be delighted, of course, that the Shots have taken the lead here. But for him, it's an absolute no-no, losing in any way, shape or form. I just would rather lose 3-2 than 1-0 or 0-0, you know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the thing for me is all three games we have been in them. We've been in it, and I think I posted something on the lines of, I just see no reason why we cannot win today, and certainly for the first half an hour, we've done well. And what I'm particularly liking at the moment is the Tetek and Hargreaves combination sitting in the middle. They've actually had a lot more control over the game than perhaps before.
Aldershot haven't really had a period like this where they've taken the lead and they've been able to try and grow into that situation. And it can and does make a big difference, you know. Long way to go in this one. This game last year, Solihull Moors were so much better than Aldershot in the first half, and somehow Aldershot were staying in the game, and then they played quite brilliantly in the second half, and it looked like they were going to take a very deserved point before Stevens did what he did, Jack Stevens, with that wonderful goal. Here's Solihull Moors at the other end, and Hargreaves doesn't allow Creaney to think about getting a shot away because he pounces in front of him and hooks the ball into touch. Exactly what you sometimes need to do, don't it? If you've not got possession, just get something on it just to stop them from.
That's what we were talking about, is Hargreaves is back in his position that he was so effective last season, and again the first half an hour he's done what he's needed to do.
Another Bradley Nicholson long throw coming in. Shots have defended him pretty well so far. In comes the throw, it's half cleared, knocked down and cleared away from inside the penalty area. Connor, I can't go until the attack's finished. I'll go now. There's a ball out to the left. Barrett could be in here. I'll bring you up to speed in a moment. He's got the ball under control in the edge of the penalty. Plays it into Abrahams, and he puts Aldershot 2-0 up, because just 3 minutes ago they took the lead through Ryan Hill after a wonderful knockdown by Kwame Thomas. On this occasion, it's Aldershot Town on the transition, on the counter-attack. Lovely ball played forward to Josh Barrett. He carried it. He was in the penalty area. He shaped for what looked like might be a shot, but he threaded the ball into the path of Tristan Abrahams, making his competitive first home start for the Shots. And he ran onto the ball, slotted it low past Laurie Walker in the Solihull Moors goal. So goals in the 28th and 31st minute have put the Shots 2-0 up in a season where they haven't picked up a point yet. Cross your fingers, Connor. Julian, your thoughts on the goal? Thanks for keeping your powder dry, sorry.
That's all right. It's a great goal. Abraham started it and finished it. He knocked a super ball over the top, defence splitting pass that found Barrett. Barrett did what Barrett does, held the ball up, got it onto his right foot, saw Abrahams advancing through the centre, and Abrahams, cool as you like, with a right foot finish into the bottom corner, gave Laurie Walker no chance at all. Wonderful goal.
Okay, deep breath, so on we go again. Abrahams, good hold up play, back to Claridge, up towards halfway. Thomas jumps, can't win it, but he stops the Solihull Moors player doing so. Whitmore sends it forward. Creaney gets the knockdown. Oh, and they got a man free inside. They can find him here, but Dewhurst comes out of his area to snaffle it. Wasn't a bad ball at all by McFarlane, but on that particular occasion, Creaney perhaps didn't have the pace of a youngster that might have just got that first touch in.
Yeah, if that had been a pacey striker, he might have got there before Dewhurst, but Dewhurst was brave, got down at his feet, and in the end was quite comfortable save.
Thomas, good hold up play again, finds Ryan Hill. 3 goals now in 2 games for him, of course 2 from the penalty spot. Aldershot have given the ball away. Hargreaves has retrieved it brilliantly, found Hill. Hill's running, got 5 Solihull players around him, finds Barrett. Barrett tries a pot shot from the edge of the area. It goes high, it goes wide, he sliced it, he apologises to every single one of his teammates, apologising, literally waving all around the pitch as if to say, I got it wrong. But he saw something, he saw a vision, he saw a moment, and when he sees those moments, Julian, we do not mind him having a go at all.
Not at all. And Barrett has been involved in both the goals, so you let him do what he does, and every now and again one will shank off his foot, but then on the other occasion it'll be an assist or a goal.
They're all different types of players, but I totally accept with someone like Josh Barrett that you'll get moments like that, the same as we had back in the day with Danny Hilton and with Scotty Davies, and they're all different types of players, a couple of them playing in different positions. But the point is, I always say about Danny Hilton or Scott Davies, and I'll say it about Josh Barrett, 3 moments perhaps you'll go, oh Josh, oh Danny, oh Scotty, and then you'll do the other oh my word.
That's what he can give you.
Exactly. Here's Solihull bursting through the middle. Claridge gets a foot on it, but it ricochets kindly into the path of Green. Green inside to Clark. Clark to Nicholson. He floats across into the far post. Creaney the target. It's been missed. Drop down. James Clark. Oh my word! It's a stunning strike, beaten away by Marcus Dewhurst, and then volleyed over the top. And I'd have to see it back. But in terms of the season so far, which is not 3.5 games, that might just be the save of the season for Marcus Dewhurst.
Yeah, it was a great save. James Clark got hold of the ball on the edge of the box, and he absolutely thundered that towards the goal. I thought that was going to ripple the back of the net, but Dewhurst was there, got both arms up to it, was able to just batter it away, and then the follow-up was sent high and wide over the top of the goal. So it's still 2-0 to the Shots.
Okay, Aldershot play the ball forward. It's going to go straight into touch. The one area that hasn't been great from Marcus Dewhurst today has been his kicking. Other than that one time he did brilliantly to put the ball out for a throw rather than a corner.
Tommy's not very happy with his goal kicking either by the looks of it.
He never is. He always he gets a lot of criticism, Marcus Dewhurst. Expectations of him are very, very high, and if his standards slip at all, they let him know. Here's Meerholtz hooking the ball over his head. It's sent back in by Solihull. Creaney holds it up inside the penalty area, sends it out to the edge of the area. Hargreaves briefly clears. Warman involved. Rutherford involved. Rutherford goes one way then the other. Drops it into the path of Warman. Deep cross from him. A lot of battling. Follow-up shot is wide from Nicholson. And the Solihull Moors fans feeling that there was some physicality against Dan Creaney. I've got to be honest, Julian, I always tell it as I see it. All I saw was the physicality from Creaney.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I think you're right. He was really backing into Claridge, I think it was, and I think he was looking for something there, to be honest. He wasn't favourite to get the ball, and of course when you're 2-0 down, the home supporters are always going to be looking for penalty shouts, but I think the refs got that one right, in my opinion.
Yeah. Just occasionally, I think, listeners, you might be losing us for a split second every so often. Hopefully it's not affecting your enjoyment of the afternoon. Hopefully the scoreline is helping your enjoyment of the afternoon. So far, so good for the Shots. 37.25 minutes gone, Julian. 2-0 up with 2 goals in 3.5 minutes. This is probably going to be the understatement of the year. But would you take 2-0 at half-time right now?
You bet I would. The next 8 minutes is going to be important. I think we need to keep hold of the ball as much as we can, and to be fair, we have been doing that. I've loved Tetek's and Hargreaves' performance so far in these first 37 minutes. They have effectively been controlling the midfield. Yeah, normally with Osborne and Clark in there, you would expect them to be controlling, dictating the play, but can't say I've seen them much in the first 37 minutes.
There's a better kick from Dewhurst, and Hill almost gets onto it in an attacking position. Plenty of food for thought from Matt Taylor, the Solihull Moors manager, at half-time. Oh, good hold-up play from Creaney. Hargreaves again gets something on it. Oh, and he's on to the next ball as well. Brilliant from Hargreaves. Absolutely brilliant midfield play, and then he plays it out to the left-hand side and has to end up chasing his own pass. But I have to say, despite the goals and the assists, Barrett involved in both, and both goals taken really well. If you force me to, and I don't get to do it, you do, but if you force me to pick an Aldershot man of the match from the first half, I'm going with Cameron Hargreaves every time.
Yeah, he's back to his position where he was so effective last season, and I think Tommy's made some changes for the right reasons today, and and you could argue that there were a lot of players playing out of position for the first 2 or 3 games. So,
good work from Solihull Moors on the right hand side. Rutherford switches it back onto his left, hooks it in, and do you know what, Nicholson? Oh no, it wasn't Nicholson. It was Creaney. Sorry, went right up against Nightingale, and Nightingale did well there. Here, Abrahams arrows a ball out to the left. Oh, Barrett might get onto it. Left side of the penalty area. He does. He's controlled it. He's swivelled. He's back to goal now. He's got only Solihull Moors players for company. He squares it across, cleared away by Whitmore. It will be picked up by Meerholtz. Exchanges passes with Tetek, and the Moors fans trying to get a bit of support going for the home side here. Claridge plays it forward, comes off McFarlane, goes into touch, attacking throw, or at least in the Solihull Moors half to Aldershot. It's been an enjoyable game, so much so that 40 minutes in to the first half, or very nearly, I haven't given you a single score from any other game. Of course, Morecambe with that 98th minute winner against Altrincham in their first game in the National League, their first game back, as it were, and they'll travel to Aldershot on Bank Holiday Monday. Brackley are leading against Rochdale by 1-0. They love a 1-0 at Brackley. Offside against Tristan Abrahams. Goalless between Braintree and Yeovil and Eastleigh and Boston. It's Halifax 0, Forest Green Rovers 1. Bamba with the goal there. Gateshead 1, Tamworth 0. Flint with the goal for Gateshead. Hartlepool 1, Woking 0. Francis with that goal for Hartlepool. Sutton 1, Scunthorpe United 1. Taylor and Howe on the score sheet. Declan Howe up to 3 for the season. Free kick given against Claridge here against Creaney. Truro 0, Southend 0. And I gave you that Morecambe Alty score earlier, 2-1 late on. And Wealdstone and Carlisle is the 5:30 game this evening. Right, 41 minutes have elapsed, and Solihull Moors have got a free kick here, level with the edge of the penalty area as they look towards the shots goal on their left-hand side. And Jamie Osborne only is stood over it. Archie Taylor is going to be a single man in the wall for shots. Everybody else, other than Barrett and Abrahams, who are staying up top to occupy 3 Solihull Moors players, on the edge of the penalty area. Can the shots keep their sheet clean? In it comes from Osborne. It's the head of Nightingale that clears it, and then Meerholtz clears it forward. Tyler French battling away from it. Good work from Rutherford, and then Tetek's won it back. Pings it out to the right hand side to Archie Taylor. He just takes the second touch to get it under control. Now he plays it forward down the right channel. He's asking quite a bit of Tristan Abrahams. It will run out of play behind the goal, but well done, Aldershot Town. They've defended the set piece. They've taken the ball to the other end, and it's one step at a time, baby steps, towards what hopefully will be conceding less, Julian, and at some point, possibly still today, their first clean sheet.
Yeah, the free kick was knocked in by Osborne, and Nightingale got his head to it, which is exactly what we want him to do. And from that, we were able to quickly move the ball to the other end.
Here's Osborne on the edge of the final third again. He's foraging forward on his own this time. Got Tetek tracking him. Now he looks up, plays it to Meerholtz, almost gets a touch in. Osborne's in, edge of the area, tries a pass, brilliantly watched and intercepted by Ryan Hill. Aldershot clear it. It's been picked up by Cameron Hargreaves on the left side. Plays it up to Kwame Thomas. Strong hold-up play, but too many Solihull Moors bodies around him, and Moors have won the ball back. No, they've given it away now. Oh, Barrett's through. In the centre, he's got Tristan Abrams running outside of him. Is he going to try a shot? He is. Comes off the foot of Whitmore. Goes behind. Corner to the shots on 43 minutes. And I think he got the decision right there. This time, Abrahams was well wide of him. He could have passed it out, but he had a go, and he's won the corner and a bit of time and territory for the shots.
Yeah, I think being 2-0 up, that probably was the right decision to have a go. Really good turnover from Archie Taylor there. He just stepped in on that ball from Whitmore, and suddenly it all opened up, and it was effectively 2-on-1. But we got a chance now with a corner, sort of 90 seconds to go to whip it in and see if we can add a third.
Barrett then with this free kick, minute and a half to go. Oh, Claridge gets the header in, glanced away, headed back in by Meerholtz, followed up, played off and headed behind, and Aldershot are asking questions from set pieces, and it's great to see that happening at the other end of the pitch, Julian. It's certainly a lot more comfortable to watch, isn't it?
Yeah, they're working really hard at the moment, and that's what's been really pleasing is the work ethic and the decisions that they've been making as well, even right up to the 44th minute.
Corner comes in, chaos, foul given against Aldershot. Kwame Thomas involved, but his presence, his physicality has been a factor in the first half. A really, really good assist for the first goal, wasn't it? The knockdown to Ryan Hill. I don't know if he'll ever get a better assist than that one at Wembley. I don't know if he'll ever jump higher anyway. We're going to have 2 added minutes. Unusually, that's gone up, even though the 45 minutes hasn't elapsed. Maybe that's a new rule. Maybe it happens when there's a goal kick or a set piece in the last minute. I don't know. But we've got 2 minutes plus the 20 seconds. Here's Will Nightingale taking the ball down, skips past the Solihull Moors player, threads the ball forward, looking for Abrahams, can't find him, can only find Nicholson. Nicholson up to Clark, Clark to Osborne, Osborne to McFarlane. He finds Warman. A lot of quick passes, but they haven't gone anywhere yet with it, Solihull. They're on the halfway line. Hill shuts down his man, forces the early pass. Meerholtz is onto it and sends it inside to Dewhurst. Good feet, good control, and a good kick forward down the left channel, and it might just stay in. Is it eventually going to drift into touch? It is. So yeah, we are now about 15-20 seconds into the minimum of 2 added, and we talked about it before the match. Can the Shots get the first goal? Well, they've done that, and they've done more. They're 2-0 up here. It has been a decent hunting ground at times over the years. The first visit was that tour of duty, the 2-0, and then they had back-to-back wins. There's really good strength from Will Nightingale, who literally has McFarlane with him all the way there.
Supporters loved that, didn't they? He was strong, shielding the ball away for a goal kick, just exactly what you need to do to waste a bit of time.
And one of the defensive factors Aldershot have found at the end of last season and the beginning of this is just so many young players who are all quite capable and got good potential, but playing on their own. It's so good to see an experienced player playing at the heart of that back line, leading by example, and as we've just seen there, rallying the troops as he comes up to halfway.
We haven't had one for quite some time, and Nightingale has done everything that I would want from a central defensive leader type older player. He's marshalling the defence, he's encouraging the youngsters. Good
header from Tetek, headed away by French, hooked on by Clark, but only as far as Nightingale, who finds Claridge. Claridge drifts out to the right, sends it back, and then Nightingale sends it down the right wing. Abrahams gets up, I'm not sure if he got a flick or not, but either way it runs through, and we're 10 seconds away. Well, minimum of 2, started 30 seconds early and finished 10 seconds early, but who cares, Julian? The only thing that anybody anywhere in the here in the country or around the world that supports the red and blue of Aldershot Town cares about is the half-time whistle and the scoreline, which is Solihull Moors 0, Aldershot 2.
It's a scoreline which probably no one would have expected, but they've played really well, and I think they've deserved to be 2-0 up. They've restricted Solihull to 1 or 2 chances, and again they've nullified Solihull's midfield, which I think was always going to be a key battle. In fact, all the battles all over the pitch have been won, in my opinion. Ryan Hill has been excellent down the left-hand side. Hargreaves and Tetek have won their battles in midfield. Archie Taylor has been really, really good down this right-hand side, and of course Thomas and Abrahams, the decision to put them on at the start so far has proved such a good decision.
It certainly has. A little bit of tidying up here before half-time. Sorry, Greg Thornett messaged me to say that he's wearing his black shot shirt whilst listening from Heaton Park in Manchester. Good Lord, is that Oasis tour still going on, or is it something else, Greg? Let me know. And you're probably doing about 27 nights there and charging about £27,000 a ticket. Couple of other messages I've had as well, not related to the game, and Mike Brown says that Dayan and Cam in the middle of the park and a strong ref, and what a difference it makes. They're both playing really, really well, Mike, at the moment. I think Cameron Hargreaves just looking a little bit happier in that position. We'll update our radio listeners shortly. We'll have a look at the other scores, and then Julian and I will take ourselves a little break at half time. I have to say, Julian, it's been one of those starts to the season where you almost don't want to bother looking at the table. I mean, a lot of people say it doesn't matter at this stage, but you know which end Aldershot are going to be at on the back of no points so far. But today I do find myself looking at the other scores with a bit more interest. Hartlepool are 2-0 up now against Woking. Cameron John with the second goal there. So Woking, 3 defeats like Aldershot, but well on the way to a 4th. That's something I didn't see coming. A few people had them in their kind of outside bets to challenge for the playoffs. It's not been the start that Neil Ardley would have wanted.
No, off the back of a good finish to last season, and he made some good on paper signings which looked to strengthen the team. So a lot of people were suggesting top 10 finish perhaps for Woking, but look, we're three games in, Rob, and in 3 games time it could look all different. So really early days yet, but yes, certainly not the start that Ardley would have been looking for.
Halifax have equalised right on half time, just to ruin Robbie Savage's half time team talk. That one is 1-1. Brackley still ahead against Rochdale, and I'm going to update our radio listeners very shortly. Thanks, Julian. Have yourself a break. Well, we certainly hope so. The shots got themselves really stuck into. Let me just turn the sound effects microphone down as the announcers started, just as you come to me. No, they got themselves a platform in this game. They've set up to be a little bit more robust from set pieces, and they've actually been a bit of a threat at the other end themselves with them. But the game came alive on 28 minutes when a lovely ball forward to the left-hand channel found Kwame Thomas, who knocked the ball down beautifully for the on-rushing Ryan Hill, and he finished for his 3rd goal in just 2 games. And then Barrett in again on the edge of the area, and I think we all expected him to shoot, but he had an overlapping run on the right side of him of Tristan Abrahams, played a perfect ball into the path of Abrahams, who just ran onto it and cued it low into the goal. Not too much in the way of worries for Aldershot in the remaining 15 minutes or so of that first half. In fact, they had another chance where Josh Barrett probably had his shot on target, but it came off the foot of a Solihull Moors defender. So yes, Aldershot have scored 2 goals in each of their first 4 matches, Connor, and that's the only stat I want to focus on.
Lots of encouragement for Olivia, guys.
All right, listeners, that's your first half wrapped up. Shots 2-0 up here at Moors. Hopefully they can hang on, and if they put in a performance as good in the second half as they did in the first, they've got a great chance. Speak to you guys again in about 10 minutes.
Apologies for the delay, listeners, in coverage. We've just come back on coverage. Rob's just going to be with us shortly, and fortunately Solihull have scored with one of the first kicks of the game. They've got a ball in from the left hand side, crossed it over, and free header in the middle. So it's now Solihull 1, Aldershot 2. Josh Barrett's just waiting to kick off now, and we've got a completely different game on our hands now. Mia Holt's just lifting the ball up over the top for Solihull to clear their lines. Mia Holt's follows up and puts the ball out for a throw. don't know what the team talk was, but Solihull have come out fighting, and it's a completely different game now. Nightingale picks the ball up, just looks to get the ball out to the right hand side, but it's picked up by Solihull, who have found the ball in the middle, and Creaney's got hold of the ball now. Warman puts the ball out. Rutherford picks it up on the right hand side. Warman into Osborne. Osborne looks at his options. Ball's out to Warman on the right hand side. Now he's just looking to checks back, and Rutherford knocks the ball over. Cleared away by Nightingale. Only to Osborne. Rutherford finds Warman. Space in the middle. Nicholson comes forward.
Is he going to shoot?
And he blasts the ball over the top.
I've been sat here with Julian for a minute, but I didn't want to spoil the moment, having let you and the fans down by unfortunately not being here for the start of the second half, which I won't bore you with details. I was just stuck in a queue for something, but I think you need to tell me what's happened, Julian. 48 minutes gone, 2-1 Solihull Moors. What did I miss?
Yeah, straight from kick-off, Solihull worked the ball down the left-hand side. Creaney got hold of the ball, crossed it in, and it was a free header straight in the centre, and couldn't have been an easier goal, to be honest.
Free header for Creaney, yeah?
Yeah, we've got a game on our hands now, for sure.
Ooh, Thomas has put his head down low there, and the referee stopped it, but I don't think he stopped it for a free kick. I think he stopped it for treatment to Kwame Thomas. But yeah, 48 and a half minutes gone then. And it's 2-1 to Solihull Moors. Did you run through the teams at all, Julian, or shall I do that now?
Yeah, no, if you do that.
Was there any changes?
Doesn't appear to be any changes.
Oh, I didn't realise we were live on the radio as well, Julian. Thank you very much. Did you know they'd come to you? No, oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Not to worry. Apologies to our radio and our online listeners. Most disappointing thing is not the fact that I missed the start of the second half, the fact that Aldershot have conceded already. And now, though, Aldershot Town have a free kick. Absolutely bang level with Julian and myself. Josh Barrett's going to take it. It's probably only 15 yards inside the Solihull Moors half. Very, very high defensive line from Solihull Moors. Tristan Abrahams is standing way offside at the moment. And he's got his back to goal. Barrett is going to lift the ball forward. In it comes. It's off the head of a Solihull Moors player. I think there might have been a bit of a holding back from Claridge that the referee didn't spot. I think Solihull Moors have made a sub, Julian, but we'll come to that in just a minute. Is Aldershot still battling for the ball. Will Nightingale still up there, wins it back. Claridge to Tetek. Tetek, lovely swivel. Back to Hargreaves. Hargreaves out to Barrett. Can Aldershot Town just, as they seem to be doing at the minute, just keeping the ball a little bit, finding a bit of composure back in the game. Here's Archie Taylor, tries a bit of a 1-2 with Tetek, that doesn't come off. Ball played forward. Claridge plays it back to Dewhurst. Brilliantly taken by Dewhurst, because it was hit fairly strong at him, wasn't it? First touch was exemplary, Julian. And Aldershot have kept the ball very well there from front to back, and now going forward again.
Yeah, they seem to have just calmed the situation down a little bit, got a foothold in the game again, and now just starting to pass it around quite nicely.
Meerholtz in possession for shots just inside the Solihull Moors half, plays it forward. Hill chases. Tyler French hooks it away. Abrahams has picked up the loose ball and found Tetek with it. He sends that inside to Hill. Hill tries a little ball into Abrahams just inside the penalty area, but it's cut out by the foot of a Solihull Moors player. They clear it forward. Claridge wins it in the air. Hill wins the knockdown perfectly to Barrett. Barrett's got Archie Taylor on the right side of him. He's bundled over, and Aldershot will have another free kick now. A little bit closer to the goal this time, Julian. Probably about 25 yards out, but level with the right-hand side of the Solihull Moors. Their left-hand side of their penalty area. Referee has now clearly indicated to Jamie Osborne, I've pulled you up for fouls here, here and here, and that's your last warning. I don't think there's any doubts this time, was there?
I think the refs, to be fair, has, like you said a bit earlier, he's had a much better game than the other refs I've seen this season. He's been very clear and in control, and was just saying to Jamie Osborne there that that's it, you've got no more chances. Barrett's on the ball here. He's looking to swing a free kick in. We've got 5 or 6 players lined up on the edge of the box, looking to swing it to the back post. We've got Nightingale and Claridge and Thomas all there, so it's where I expect Barrett's going to put it.
Okay, shots led 2-0 at half time. It's 2-1 now. That early second half goal from Creaney. Barrett shoots. Oh, it lands on the roof of the net. Great effort. 25 yards out, always dipping, but not dipping quite enough, Julian.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest, Rob. He's had a go fully from 35 yards there, and could have dipped in the top corner, but eventually landed on the top of the net. Worth a go.
I would say to you, how was your full commentary debut? But bearing in mind, I wasn't here alongside you and Solihull Moors scored. I don't suppose you enjoyed it too much. Here's Aldershot picking the ball up in their own penalty area with Ryan Hill. Composed ball into the path of Josh Barrett. He turns it around the corner looking for Abrahams. Good first touch from him. Finds Barrett again, who switches the play out to the left. Taken down nicely by Hill. But then referee, Hill's got his back to us. We presume from the decision that as he took it in his midriff, he got his hand on it.
I think so, yeah. He's right in front of the ref, so you'll have no complaints with regard to that decision. Laurie Walker's just going to launch it forward now. They have made a substitution, you're absolutely right. We've got number 27, White Hall, has come on up front, and I think he must have replaced Callum McFarlane from initial...
Okay. Throwing over on the far side, it'll be to Aldershot Town. It's taken by Archie Taylor. And he plays the ball inside to Hargreaves, who finds Nightingale. We didn't get a chance to see what Aldershot's kind of approach to the second half was going to be before Solihull Moors promptly got themselves back into it. You mentioned about... Oh, there's a foul on Tristan Abrahams. And whereabouts is it? It's right on the edge of the area. It's going to be a yellow card for Tyler French. And, when Archie Taylor ran through the corner of the penalty area on Wednesday, he just drifted inside the penalty area enough to get a penalty. On this occasion, it's definitely going to be a free kick outside. But the yellow card to Tyler French.
Yeah, it's a good run in behind from Abrahams there. He found a little bit of space and got behind Tyler French, and French didn't have much option really but to pull him down, so this free kick is in good position for Josh Barrett to again swing the ball in. I'd imagine that the Aldershot players are going to be charging into that back post position.
It's Shem White Hall that's come on for Solihull Moors, and presumably was on from the start of the second half, so we'll have to do a little bit of elimination to work out who's gone off.
Yeah, I think it's Callum McFarlane.
Number 7, Callum McFarlane. Thank you very much, Sam Carter, the Aldershot Town media manager. Right, free kick then to Josh Barrett. He went for goal last time. This time he's just 6 or 7 yards in from the left touchline. He's going to swing in. He's going to whip in right-footed. In it comes. Header. Ooh! Abraham's got his foot on it inside the penalty area. Stands up, holds it up. Shot comes in. That's blocked by Solihull Moors. And now Ryan Hill's going to send it in. Nightingale gets a knockdown. It's cleared up and away by Creaney. Good header from Hargreaves. Falls inside the area. Quickly another Solihull Moors foot comes in and swings through it and clears it away. And now from a very deep position on the halfway line, Ryan Hill's going to swing it in again. Flicked on by Claridge. Headed out by Rutherford and then hooked forward by Creaney. And here is that substitute, the number 27 for Solihull Moors, doing really well there to put a lot of pressure on Ryan Hill. For me, he fouled Hill clearly, but the referee didn't give anything. I don't know whether he just wasn't up and close enough with play and couldn't be certain.
Yeah, a bit of a strange one there. It definitely looked like a foul on Ryan Hill, and he was expecting it. He's picked the ball up as it went out, but it's now gone for a throw, and they've got a chance again to launch one of those big throws into the penalty box.
Okay, Brad Nicholson, long range throw. We've had a few of those so far in this game. So far the shots have defended him pretty well, but Dan Creaney, who opened his account in midweek and he's scored a second just after half time here today, is waiting in the middle. It's hooked away clear by Cameron Hargreaves, and Tristan Abrahams is battling away. Referee says nothing doing as Abrahams goes down. Nicholson with a poor ball forward. Hargreaves gets onto it, and now Meerholtz lifts the ball over the top. Whitmore will win that in the air, but he'll only head it to Barrett. Barrett into a position on the left where, well, Tyler French was definitely looking quicker than Abrahams, and I think he got a head start as well, and he made Abrahams look very slow there, didn't he? Which might be a bit unfair on Tristan.
Good positioning for French.
Yeah, did well. Meerholtz with the ball forward. Towed away by Nicholson, but only as far as Ryan Hill. Josh Barrett wants it. Josh Barrett's making a move, and now he moves out the way, which allows Hill to play it to Archie Taylor. Taylor now to Barrett. Oh, shot across the goal, and then a follow-up from Kwame Thomas at the far post is deflected behind by French, who might well have saved a goal there. For me, in the moment, I wondered whether Kwame might have been going for that with his left foot, but how did you see it?
Yeah, I think
or maybe
French
should have done. Right,
yeah,
yeah,
should have gone with his left foot, but French just got in front. A lovely move actually from Ryan Hill. Barrett moved out the way, found Archie Taylor down the right hand side, who then slipped the ball through, and Barrett, a really clever right-footed shot with the outside of his foot, and obviously Thomas wasn't there to finish.
In comes the corner from Barrett. Ooh, there's a penalty to Aldershot Town as Kwame Thomas goes for the ball, ends up in a heap on the floor. The referee's well positioned, and Aldershot Town have been given their third penalty in the last two games. I think we know who's going to take it as well, Julian.
It's got to be Ryan Hill.
Did you get a clear view of that one?
Yeah, it looked like he was having his shirt pulled, and he was in such a good position to actually get a header away there. So I think it was definitely stopping a clear goal scoring opportunity.
Now, what we do know is that Laurie Walker will have seen Ryan Hill's two penalties in the week. Otherwise, he's not doing his job properly, and his management team's not doing his job properly. So will Hill have the audacity for a third time to go in pretty much the same place, or will he change? And how will Laurie Walker look at it? Eventually, Ryan Hill, penalty here at Solihull Moors, if you're able to come to us. Ryan Hill prepares to take on Laurie Walker. Hands on hips on the edge of the area, a few steps to the left, and then sends him the wrong way. He goes the same way as he did at the EBB in the week, although he drags it much lower into the corner. And the biggest compliment I can pay Ryan Hill is that even if Laurie Walker had gone the right way, I don't think he would have saved that one. Solihull Moors 1, Aldershot Town 3.
Wonderful penalty from Ryan Hill. That's 3 in a week, all in the same part of the goal. Laurie Walker guessed wrong, dived the wrong way, calmly slotted the ball away for 3-1. Super finish, 3-1 to the shots.
It's interesting, isn't it, the psychology around where you go as a penalty taker. He's a confident lad, isn't he? And great to see him. I don't care if he doesn't score from open play all season. He can just keep tucking penalties away for me. I'm pleased to say now, after a rather scrappy start to the second half, both in this commentary booth and on the pitch for Aldershot Town, the Shots 2-goal lead has been restored, and we've got 29 minutes to go, plus whatever referee James Bancroft adds on.
This is the time, isn't it? We're 60 minutes in, we've got 30 minutes to go. This is where we need to manage the game time properly. We were caught cold at the beginning of the second half. We need to make sure we got our heads in the game for the next 10 minutes at least.
I was going to give a shout out to my mum, but I've just seen that she's sent a couple of emails suggesting that she can't get online, but that's a shame. I'll try and help her with a link again. Not sure why that wasn't working, but if you did get it working, Mum, good news now for the Shots 3-1 up at Solihull Moors. Bradley Nicholson with another long throw, headed up and behind by Archie Taylor. So a corner then to Solihull Moors, who are preparing to bring on a substitute, Julian. Sam Bowen, the number 8.
Yeah, they're just waiting for they've got a corner here, so they're just going to wait for the corner to come in.
Yeah, Osborne's going to send it in, right-footed, to the far stick. Headed back across by Whitmore, attempted overhead kick and then volleyed clear by James Claridge. And we'll update our radio listeners shortly. Here's Abraham's battling away, can't get the ball under control. Jamie Osborne's got it back again, and he's been fouled by Hargreaves, who spins around twice with his hands on his head as if to say that the referee's bought that one. I don't know, not sure, I haven't got a clear opinion, but I can ask you yours, Julian. Just be quick.
Yeah, I think it was a free kick. It's 30 yards out, and just need to put a wall together and make sure we can keep it out. Good
work from Julian. Okay, I'm going to update our radio listeners. There's been 2 goals already in the second half. The first went to Solihull in the 46th minute, but the second one of those and the fourth of the game was from the penalty spot after a foul on Kwame Thomas, and Ryan Hill tucked it away, his third penalty in the week. They're 3-1 up, but they are about to defend a free kick here on the edge of the box. So let me bring this to you. 63 minutes gone. Jamie Osborne shoots and he smacks into the wall, and the ball has been rebounded, and Aldershot have poked the ball into touch. So yeah, horrible start to the second half for the Shots, going conceding in just the first minute to that Creaney header, but they've recomposed themselves. They've seen plenty of the ball in the 15 minutes or so since, and they've now forced a change with the evergreen Jamie Osborne coming off. It's the end of his game, and he pulls the strings for Solihull Moors, so that'll be a good step as well for the Shots. Bowen replacing him. 64 minutes very nearly gone now, Connor, and the Shots have changed the script. They've scored 3 goals for the first time this season, and at the moment they've only conceded 1. Nicholson with the throw, a little bit of a flick on, half cleared, picked up by tackle down by the area, and the referee has given a free kick to Solihull Moors. It was either a corner for me or a penalty, because I think that was inside the area. The referee has now given a free kick a yard or two outside the penalty area, but Julian, unless my eyes are deceiving me, if that was a foul, it was inside the penalty area.
I think it was. We had a good view of it from here, and
always call it as I see it.
Yeah, I think that was definitely a penalty shout. I'm not sure if it was a free kick in the first place, but actually it happened inside the box. So
there wasn't too much of a shout for it actually for the Solihull Moors fans. But anyway, look, we'll get ourselves right up to speed here. Is that Rutherford? I think it is, that's stood over the ball. And he's just outside the penalty area, but right down by the goal line on the right-hand side of Solihull Moors' attack. In comes the ball to the far post, headed back across, and then caught by Dewhurst. Nicholson was up there to head it back across well. He put it into the danger zone, but Dewhurst was well positioned. And the Shots fans, you can breathe again. For a few minutes, at least, or a few moments.
Yeah, Nicholson found some space at the back of the box there, headed the ball back, but Dewhurst was equal to it.
Rutherford doing well, heads the ball down. Has the ball gone into touch? Yes, it has. And it will be a throw in to the Shots. Quick look when you've got a moment, and we've got a moment, at the Shots bench, just to see who's on that, Julian, if you want to run through it and suggest who you think might be the first one off it.
Yeah, we've got Hadi Gandor, Kibben Ryan, James Henry, Max Mullins, Noah Watson, Pat Nash. So there's some really good options on the bench there, and depending on how the game goes over the next sort of few minutes, we've got some options to be able to make some changes. And again, I think there'll be some thinking about Monday's game as well, but first and foremost we need to make sure we close this one out properly.
Absolutely. Thoughts will quickly turn to Morecambe after the game, but right now very important that the Shots get this one across the line. Okay, free kick now to Aldershot. A free kick that didn't go down very well with the home faithful. Southend have taken the lead down at Truro, who, like Woking and Aldershot, have been pointless at the start of the season. Woking are losing today, Truro are now losing, but Aldershot are winning by 3-1. In the 67th minute, ball in, little knockdown from Nightingale, flicked on by Claridge, cleared away, headed back in, and now Tristan Abrahams might get a chance. Oh, it's ended up in the net, and Kwame Thomas has scored a goal he knew nothing about. Tristan Abrahams rattled the shot against the bar, it cannoned back off it, smacked into Kwame Thomas and flew across the line. Solihull Moors 1, Aldershot Town 4, and Aldershot's luck is turning here this afternoon in the West Midlands.
That's a great free kick. Ryan Hill has put the ball into the mixer. Nightingale's first onto the ball. He's headed the ball.
And they're coming back to us on radio. I'll try and describe it as best I can. It's with great relief I tell you that the 5th goal of the game, the 4th consecutive game in which there's been 5 goals in the Aldershot game, has gone to the shots. They now lead by 4-1. Somebody's going to have to do some scurrying through the record books to see the last time they won by this scoreline away from home. It was a free kick, thumped, half cleared, deflected into the path of Tristan Abrahams. He rattled the crossbar with a shot, and it cannoned back, and I think pretty much hit Kwame Thomas rushing in. If he steered that in, I don't want to take the credit away from him, but he was in the right place, Connor, at the right time, and the ball cannoned back off the crossbar into him and across the line, and Aldershot are 4-1 up, and it feels like all the bad luck of those first 3 games has turned this afternoon, and they did have 1 or 2 scary moments at 0-0 in the first half, but right now, with 21.5 minutes to go, they lead by the rather astonishing scoreline of Solihull Moors 1, Aldershot Town 4. Julian, just give us your more relaxed take now on that goal, in case I didn't pick any of it correctly.
Yeah, Ryan Hill was able to knock the free kick in, and Nightingale got his head on the ball. He directed it into the path of Abrahams, and Abrahams absolutely thumped that against the bar. And as you quite rightly pointed out, the ball quickly came out off the bar, and there was Thomas. Whether or not by luck or by judgment, I don't know, but Thomas was claiming it. He was wheeling away, and that makes it 4-1 with 20 minutes to go.
Mike Brown says the shots are currently getting the rub of the green. Oh, and playing well too. Tommy Widrington said, and I don't disagree with him, that for large parts of the opening 3 games, Aldershot Town were the better team. But they lost those games by 3-2. They are consigned to history. You can look back at the scoreline as many times as you like, and it doesn't say who played well or who played better. And you know what? It won't say that today either. But what it will say, at the very least, is Solihull Moors 1, Aldershot Town 4. Hadi Gandor is preparing to come on for the shots. I'm delighted to say, as he does so, Julian, his 2 strike partners in Kwame Thomas and Tristan Abrahams have opened their accounts for the shots in the National League this season.
Yeah, we talked about the lineup right at the start, and we felt it was a good decision, and Tommy's backed that up today with the performance. They've both scored, been on the score sheet. Not sure which one's going to come off, but I would guess that perhaps Thomas that's going to come off, and Hadi Gandor's going to go on.
Here they come down the left with Cameron Green, squares it in, half cleared, and they'll pick it up now. Rutherford gets a shot away, that's blocked, and it'll be cleared away by James Claridge. And Aldershot Town, it's never ever done, is it, Julian, with Aldershot Town? We know better than that. But 19 minutes just over left, 4-1 up. And probably for the first time this season, Tommy can think about who might need a rest for 10 minutes. Who do I need to keep fresh for Monday? Who could really do with 10 or 15 minutes legs in them before Monday? Yeah,
and as you say that, Keane Anderson's just looking like he's warming up, so there may be a change in the centre of midfield, particularly with Tetek and Hargreaves, who have worked so hard today.
Lovely clearance there from Meerholtz. It was not by any means a 60-40, at least a 50-50. Got there first, played a good ball up to Abrahams. Abrahams has been fouled inside the centre circle. Shots have the free kick, and we're going to see Hadi Gandor on for Tristan Abrahams, who has, on his first National League start for the Shot, scored his first goal. Oh no, it's his second actually. He did, because he scored in one of the early games, didn't he? I beg your pardon, it's his second.
Yeah, he's had a fantastic game, and he's been instrumental in everything that's happened today. A really good performance from him. Looks like he's settling in now, settling into the team, understanding more of what Tommy's looking for from him. And in Hadi Gandor, we've got someone that's going to chase and harry for the last 20 minutes.
Free kick taken out to the left side, taken down by Hill. Really good defensive work from Rutherford. He's got the ball under control. He's ridden a challenge from Kwame Thomas as well. It's been cleared forward by Solihull Moors, and now Tetek swings it forward in the left channel. Kwame Thomas with a knockdown. Hadi Gandor reads it, and he's just out-manoeuvred, out-muscled by Alex Whitmore. Referee James Bancroft not seeing enough there for a free kick for the Shots. And Solihull Moors are going to play the ball out from the back, diagonally towards Creaney, who just cushions a header, but that'll be cleared away by Will Nightingale. Not the best touch from Clark, which allows Thomas to get into it, and then Hill picks it up on the run, but has a heavy touch. He can only find Whitmore. Whitmore down the line, lovely header from Mia Holes. I want to pick out that young lad's good moments because there are plenty of them. He's been taking his part in an Aldershot Town defence that's conceded a lot of goals in the start of the season, but he looks like a footballer to me. I think he's quick, he's alert, he's got a good touch, and I think there's more to come from the young Bristol City loanee.
Yeah, and he's for as much as I know, he's actually playing out of position as well. So
100%.
That shows you what an intelligent 19-year-old he is, and I know Bristol City have got a lot of faith and think he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Ball is played all the way back to Laurie Walker. He's shut down by Thomas, but he clears it forward. It's flicked on by Warman, and a little cushion touch from Whitehall. But then the Shots have won it back through Archie Taylor, and Hadi Gandor ghosts onto that down by the corner flag, and he holds it up, turns, assesses his options, finds Archie Taylor. Taylor tries a cross, it's going to go over everybody, and Ryan Hill is going to pick it up. He's going up against his man on the edge of the penalty area. Rutherford has to go back to Barrett. Barrett thinks about the cross, shapes for it twice and then doesn't send it, but keeps the ball. The Shots being intelligent in possession with the clock ticking and the scoreline at 4-1, and in the end they go all the way back down their left hand side. Gateshead have doubled their lead against Tamworth. Here's Hadi Gandor in possession, finds Mearholes, gets the ball back, goes through Tetek. Tetek gets it wrong, but so too does Bowen, and Solihull Moors are onto it, but again very quickly the Shots will regain possession. Mearholes has got it, short pass to Hill, right in front of us here, gets the ball back from Barrett, gives it back to Barrett, Barrett sends it inside, Kwame Thomas has got onto it, drops it into the path of Cameron Hargreaves, who finds Archie Taylor. He's going to go up against Cameron Green. Can he get a cross in here? He stops, turns, looks at his options, tries a little ball inside to Barrett, but that can't come off, and there's less than 1,000 here at Solihull Moors. What was it, 937? Worrying in terms of an attendance, especially given that there's at least 150 if not 200 Shots fans here as well. In fact, look, I forgot the ones behind the goal, there's probably 250 minimum, so you're talking about just over 600 Solihull Moors fans, and that can't be easy to sustain National League football on that. And I want Aldershot to get a bit closer to the final whistle and to victory before I approach you about this subject, but I want to ask you about the tenor of Matt Taylor and whether you think if anybody on the Solihull Moors board is emotive, they might make a decision today. Here's Hill, he's come away from the ball with the ball. Gandor squares it, is half cleared. Hargreaves will shoot from distance. That's deflected into the path of Barrett, who's onto it, and he tries a shot and he's put it just wide. It won't quite go in for Josh Barrett, and Ryan Hill's down. I wonder if he's just pulled something late on. He's put so much time and effort into this. He gets to his feet now. Hopefully it's just cramp, Julian, but certainly one that they want to try and get off if they can. He's down on his haunches again. And Will Nightingale said he's done, he's got to go off I think the referee's insisting that he stays up. He can't be the last man when he can't run. He switches. There's a deflection on that shot, by the way. It's gone behind for a corner. Josh Barrett, who's been on the end, been taking most set pieces this afternoon. Shots with plenty of bodies forward. Solihull leaving nobody up. In it comes from Barrett. Kwame Thomas knocks it down. It'll now be cleared away. And yeah. Thank you very much indeed. Can you give us the game or not? Thank you very much indeed. I've just been given some really useful information from my producer and researcher, Andrew Rayburn. Thank you very much. Right, we're going to update our radio listeners and then I will give that stat its first airing. As far as I know, not having looked at the other grounds, it's Aldershot Town who are 4-1 up here. They could have been 5, to be honest with you. They've really grown into their role, if you like, as match winners. What a beautiful ball there. Spread out to the right hand side. Gandor and Archie Taylor running at the Solihull Moors defence. Ooh, Gandor lets fly with the shot and it's only just wide, Connor. Right, thank you very much to your producer and mine, Andrew Rayburn, who has very kindly dug up this stat. Aldershot Town, currently at 4-1 up, are in line for their best away win in the National League in 10 years. Anybody remember what game that was? It was Guiseley away. Both my sons were there that day, I remember that, and Big Tony Shot, who hopefully is listening in this afternoon. 4-0 that day, 10 years ago at Guiseley. And they're 4-1 up now and able to make a couple of substitutions to rest players. Ryan Hill's coming off with cramps, so's Tetek. And coming on is Keane Anderson and Noah Watson. 10 years ago yesterday, it just gets better. Shame about the one goal they've conceded, but hey, if you're an Aldershot Town fight right now, you're happy.
Number 38,
What do you make of that stat? I knew in my head, I knew in my heart, it went a long time, Julian. 4 years. 10 years.
10 years,
yeah.
yeah.
I got the number 4 impaled on the brain now.
It's an incredible stat, to be honest, for so long, but I don't even want to think about it at the moment, Rob, but there's still 11 minutes to go and it's 4-1 and I'll start to rejoice in those sort of stats, I think, when the final whistle goes. But we're still looking in largely in control. 2 subs have now come on. Keane Anderson is now in the midfield with Cam Hargreaves. He'll just sit in there for the last 10 and a half
minutes. 10 and a half minutes plus whatever's added.
Yep, he'll just sit in there.
There'll be a lot of people around the country looking on and waiting for Aldershot to concede 3 goals at least this afternoon. Played out to the right hand side, it bounces past everybody. Kwame Thomas was there to compete for it, but it ran out of pitch in the end, and it will be a goal kick to Solihull Moors. Laurie Walker, for one, is not going to be a happy bunny, conceding 4 goals against the side he was formerly on loan at. But Aldershot, with 2 goals, not just in the game, but in each half today, have now scored 10 for the season in just 4 games. And I am wondering if they might be the top scorers in the National League. Perhaps somebody else can do some digging around looking at that. Oh, there's lovely touch and turn by Meerholz, who's bombing forward on the left side now and feeds the ball into Gandor. Aldershot actually look like they're playing with a bit of pomp here.
Full of confidence,
Julian.
Rob.
Full of confidence, aren't they? Solihull Moors' heads have dropped a little bit and Aldershot are having more of the play and showing that they're really enjoying being 4-1 up. And I think when you've suffered 3 defeats on the trot in games where you played quite well at times, it must be a huge release of tension and pressure.
Yeah, and I think the way they've played from start to finish has shown that, you know, those 3 games, I know we mentioned it before, but they were always in those 3 games and they played largely well. And I think today, you know, it's just a testament of the confidence and the togetherness of the team. You look around the pitch from 1 to 11 and also the subs as well. Everyone's had a good game today, Rob.
And Aldershot have got another free kick halfway inside the Solihull Moors half, out on the right hand touchline. It was Hadi Gandor that was fouled. And Josh Barrett is, of course, who else, is stood there over just inside the right touchline. preparing to take this free kick in front of the seated Shots fans. I'm going to say there's probably 150 there and another 100 behind the goal. Remember seeing the whole of that end filled to the rafters on that tour of duty, that wonderful afternoon. The Shots, I think, won 2-0 that day, but to be frank, it could have been 5 or 6. They were so dominant. Here's the free kick from Barrett. Little flick on attempted by Meerholtz and not completed. Keane Anderson will head the ball back to Cameron Hargreaves, who'll clip it forward. It's won in the air by Solihull Moors. Good battle between the substitute Whitehall and Hargreaves. Noah Watson dives in. I'm not sure if the free kick's been given against Hargreaves or Watson. What's your take on it? It's only 15-20 yards inside the
I think it's been given against Hargreaves, and I think he's going to get booked for it as well.
Has he been shown yellow?
Yes, yeah, yellow cards come out. He was holding on to him, and unfortunately a little bit too well he was holding on to him.
Did Aldershot nearly go through a whole game without a yellow card? Or did I miss one earlier?
Yeah, again, that must be another record, 82 minutes.
All sorts of records tumbling this afternoon. Here's the ball into the area from Warman. A little toe on it, but it's towards goal by Creaney, I think, but weak and easy for Dewhurst. And Aldershot have got options here. And I think Dewhurst eventually could have bowled it out left to Watson or to Meerholtz. He bowls it right to Claridge. Ball down the inside right channel. Cameron Green does well to get a foot on it, but can only find Archie Taylor, who turns it inside to Keane Anderson. Anderson finds Will Nightingale. Need to recheck what age he is, Will Nightingale, but he's been playing for me like a spring chicken these last few games. I hope he's good to go again on Monday, because he's a real leader. Here he pings it out to the left hand side looking for Meerholtz, finding Meerholtz. Cushion header down, finds Barrett. Barrett plays the ball inside to Keane Anderson, gives it back to Josh Barrett, and then he gets his weight of his pass wrong, but Claridge can't drift onto it and keep possession, plays it forward. Gandor battles for it. Whitmore wins it in the air. Cushion header from Anderson to Archie Taylor. He does well, plays it off Green. He's done pretty well. Full debut in the National League for the Shots today as well, and he's another lad who looks nice and fit. Having said Ryan Hill could go the whole distance in any game, of course he cramped up a bit like a previous Ryan that used to play for Aldershot, but he's done so much running for the team today. Yeah,
he's put in the hard yards for sure, and again probably a more precautionary thing for Monday. But Archie Taylor again has for his first start of the season, he's put in the mileage as well today. They all have, Rob. We're going to see Kiban Rai here, and maybe even a couple of minutes for James Henry as well. That would be really good. Just to have the experience of Henry out there, and for him to get a couple of minutes under his belt. He's been nagged by a couple of little injuries of late, and they haven't taken any chances with him. Here's Gandor holding the ball up, plays it back to Noah Watson. Son of Steve, if you weren't listening when Steve and I were commentating when he came on for his Aldershot debut a week or so ago, his competitive debut. The son of Steve Watson, a former favourite in the heart of the Shots midfield. Did you know that one, Julian? Yeah, and it's a really good trait to have a Watson in your team, isn't it? Because you know what you'll get with a Watson, whether it's a Steve or a Noah. It's a good characteristic to have. Here's an interesting fact for the afternoon. James Henry's going to come on without a number on the back of his shirt for some reason. I don't know why that is. Here's a ball forward from Solihull Moors. I'm pretty sure James Henry, his squad number is number 17, but maybe he's making his first appearance a bit earlier than anyone expected, and they haven't printed him a shirt yet. But Kiban Rai and James Henry are going to come on. I would guess that they're going to be possibly for Barrett and Kwame Thomas, but we shall see. Might even be Archie Taylor that comes off and Rai comes on. It's a ball floated through, cushioned header from Solihull, and they keep possession through James Clark, and now Bowen sends it inside, but Archie Taylor's onto it, and he's nicked the ball and he's spread it out to the right hand side to Hadi Gandor. Gandor was looking to change the direction of the ball and send it out to Barrett, who was running forward. Barrett's turned to the bench
and said something here which has probably kept me off, or along those lines. Now the ball's pinged out to the left-hand side. Solihull Moors will get onto it, and Aldershot are able to dominate possession so easily here, Julian. It's a bit embarrassing.
It feels like a pre-season friendly almost. They're just having so much.
Oh, lovely turn. Sorry, from Gandor. He's getting in down the right channel. He squares it across. Oh, Meerhouse puts the icing on the cake for the shots. Jed Meerhouse with his first goal for the shots, and he celebrates with the fans behind the goal. Gandor with the assist. Might have been looking for Kwame Thomas, but it's Meerhouse who gets on the end of it and fires it into the roof of the net. And Aldershot now 5-1 up here at Solihull Moors.
Great play from Hadi down the right hand side there, just slipped his marker, took his time looking for, I think as you said, he was both Thomas and Meerhouse were running through. Thomas wasn't quite there, but Meerhouse was there to finish it off and blasted into the roof of the net and headed over to the Aldershot fans there. What a great afternoon it's been, not only for him for his first senior goal, but for the Shots, who are now 5-1 up. Never thought I'd say that, Rob.
No. And when I'm riding, not driving, back to Cambridgeshire this evening with my brother, I'll remind him that 24 hours ago he was not coming to this game, and he wasn't impressed by Aldershot's start to the season. He had not been at any of the games. I had to tell him, it's coming. Don't believe what you read and hear. This team's going to be all right. Today they've delivered. They've delivered with aplomb. They've delivered en masse. They've grown into this lead, especially after that little slip at the start of the second half. And they look really, really good value for a resounding win. And I'm going to come to you now with that point as Hargreaves comes off to be replaced by Henry. And Rye did he get on yet, Rye? Yeah, Rye's on. I missed who went off for him. Tetek's off Abrahams, Hill, Hargreaves and
Barrett's come off.
Barrett, who's gone off after shaking a few hands behind the goal over on the far side. Of course it's Barrett. He gave him a shout to say he was done. Terrific effort. There's Henry winning a header. Thomas
nice
jumps
to see
with
James Henry back on the pitch, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Aldershot win it through Rice. Sends it out to the left side. Surely that's too much for Meerhouse. He can't get there, but he's really had the group for me that due a bit of consideration here today for the man of the match. There's plenty of contenders. I do not envy you. Noah Watson wins a header, puts it in touch. Just going to ask, we're into the 90th minute. We don't know what's going to be added, but for me there was two managers in the National League last year that were fortunate to keep their job at the end of the season. One was Kelvin Davis at Eastleigh. All right, he nicked his first win in the week. Free kick, Solihull Moors, 35 yards out, right of centre. The other one for me was Matt Taylor. Now they've drawn the first three games and now they're losing 5-1 at home to Aldershot. But here they are on their way in. Dewhurst will get that. I just wonder, sometimes they all sit and wait and think and have a board meeting or whatever. But emotions can run high in football. If he didn't do well enough last year, Matt Taylor, and he's now started 4 games without a win, including a thumping home defeat 5-1 against the team who everyone else has beaten, I think his time could be borrowed. What do you think? Oh, another effort from Shots. It's Hadi Gandor and it's into the side netting. Sorry, listeners, I'm guilty there of chatting and not commentating. I hope you don't mind, just given the fact that they are 5-1 up. What was the added minutes?
There will now be a minimum of 7 minutes.
Oh, there. Thank you very much, Mr. PA. 7 minutes left.
But I think to your point, Rob, I think he could well be under fire this evening. No one would have expected a 5-1 home defeat to anybody in this league if you're a Solihull fans, but especially to a team that has lost all their games so far this season, which the Shots have. So I think, he's going to be under serious pressure, and it wouldn't surprise me if he becomes what would be the first managerial casualty, I think, of the season.
While Julian's commentating, I'm zooming in with my phone to take a photograph of the scoreboard. Well done, Keane Anderson, you photobombed it. Because it says Solihull Moors 1, Aldershot Town 5, and it feels like a rather special afternoon. And I'll tell you what, Julian, when you've lost the first 3 games by 3-2, it feels even more special, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And And I don't want to say I told you so, but I really did honestly feel that we had a chance of getting a result today, and that's off the back of those performances that we have seen. But it's been better at the back, and better up front, and better in midfield as well. So it's been
okay. Just kind of come to me. Sorry, Julian. We'll come back to you. Yeah, thank you very much indeed. We've got 1.5 minutes played of 7 added here, so there might be more goals in this game yet. But I think for the first time, I can say to you, Connor, Aldershot Town are definitely going to win Solihull Moors this afternoon. They're 5-1 up. The 5th goal was scored by Bristol City lonely Jed Meerholtz, who drifted forward on the left-hand side very late on in the game. Hadi Gandor slipped his marker brilliantly, got in down the right channel and squared it, I think looking for Kwame Thomas, but it evaded Thomas and a Solihull Moors defender. But my goodness me, it did not evade Jed Meerholtz. He fired it into the roof of the net and set the shots fans to the right of him and away to the side. About 250, 300 of them today into raptures. A really special afternoon this afternoon for the shots. Many of us felt that it's been coming, while all the Christmases have pretty much come at once today. Connor, they're 5-1 up. We've got 4.5 minutes left if you want to come back to me one more time for final confirmation. But they're off and running in the National League. 3 points and a shed load of goals for the shots. Very nearly, listeners, a 6th as Hadi Gandor ran through onto a long ball, shot low, and Laurie Walker somehow steered it behind for a corner. And he sort of hangs his head a little bit. He's a bit gutted, Hadi, because he got his own account open, didn't he, on the start of the season. But, he's come on today and they've been desperately looking for another one. Corner's taken short by Kiban Rai to Gandor. Squares it across. It's half cleared. Comes out to Kiban Rai. He goes back to James Henry. He'll give it back to Rai. He's just drifted into the penalty area, looking to go past his man. Drives it across. And it's another shot on target. Laurie Walker tips it over the bar for another corner to the shots, who are dominant, Julian.
Yeah, Kiban Rai looked really, really sharp there, and I know he's only just come on, but he took his man on, beat his man for pace, fired in a shot, and luckily for Laurie Walker and Solihull, he was equal to and able to just palm it over the bar for another shots corner.
Corner then to be taken by Kiban Rai. In it comes to the near post and it's cleared away, but it's cleared away to Keane Anderson, who's the deepest of the shots players, or he was. James Henry is now. Slots the ball to Archie Taylor. Taylor sends the cross into the far post. Kwame Thomas gets up, can't win it, but Kiban Rai's got it. He drifts one way, then the other onto his right foot, gets a shot in. That's deflected behind. Another corner, and we're being spoilt rotten here, Julian. And I just want a word for every one of those Aldershot Town fans who've travelled to support their team today on the back of 3 defeats.
Yeah, they've had their money's worth, haven't they, today? And a full credit to them. They've put in the mileage.
Corner taken short to James Henry. Tries a shot from distance. Is also deflected behind for a corner. The 4th effort saved or deflected behind for a corner in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
I feel a bit sorry for the Solihull fans. They're absolutely shell-shocked.
They've not just been beaten, have they, in the end?
Absolutely hammered today.
They've been torn one, as it were. Kiban Rai floats this one a bit deeper. Half cleared to the edge of the area. Henry's got it. He's got options. He can go back to Anderson or back out wide to Kiban Rai. Kiban Rai is going to send in a little cross. Walker should get that. Oh, jumping in front of him is James Claridge, and he takes a little bit of contact, very light to be fair, from Walker, and the ball ends up over the goal. Goal kick to Solihull Moors. And Shots fans, I probably can't repeat this scoreline too often, can I? 30 seconds left. Solihull Moors 1, Aldershot Town 5.
We were talking earlier on about the size of the crowd today, and I think there's very few Solihull supporters left now.
Oh my goodness, you're absolutely right. A lot of the ground has cleared out, hasn't it? Clark sends the ball forward. It's one in the air by Nightingale. Kiban Rai cushions the header back to Keane Anderson. Is that handball? It is.
Shout out to the ref today. I think he's had an excellent game.
Yeah, sometimes it's easy to say when your side has won and they've been given a penalty and all the rest of it. But I think you picked up within the first 10 minutes, he looked like he was controlled and assured. I think 20 minutes or so in, I said he was easily the best ref that I've seen all season, but he wasn't up against much, to be fair. And I agree with you. Perhaps hasn't been the hardest game to referee, but what he's had to do, he's done very, very well. I don't know about the penalty because there's too many bodies in between, but Kwame Thomas went down and it was given. Kwame Thomas has subsequently got his first goal. He'll be absolutely delighted to have started a game and played 96 minutes and 45 seconds so far. I'm not sure that I recall him ever starting and finishing a game for Aldershot Town since he's been here on either spell.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, and again, full credit to him. His attitude is second to none. He will, whether he's coming off the bench, whether he's starting, he will give you everything you want.
There is the final whistle, and it's going to be an historic afternoon for Aldershot Town Football Club, with their biggest away win in more than 10 years. The management teams shake hands, the shots team go over to thank their supporters over on the far side, who, despite the start to the season, have travelled in magnificent number this afternoon and been well rewarded by an all-round team performance and a 5-1 victory. Abrahams scoring, Ryan Hill scoring 2, one of them from the spot. Kwame Thomas scoring as well. And Jed Meerholz with his final summing up. Let's just see where they go on the radio before I come to you, Julian. Yeah, they're going to go to Crawley first. So, Julian, you're summing up of the match today with your Aldershot Town man of the match, please.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic result, obviously, and totally dominant performance from start to finish. I was a bit concerned when Solihull came out the traps and scored within sort of 30 seconds, but after that we quickly took control, and for me, a lot of players, there's so many players that are definitely deserving of this award, but for me, they're going to keep it short and sweet. I thought Jed Meerholz was absolutely excellent today. Passing was excellent, finished off with a goal. Whether he was defending down the left hand side or attacking, he was absolutely superb. So it's Jed Meerholz for me, Rob.
Thank you very much indeed, Julian Walters, who's back to winning ways in co-commentary. Still has a very enviable record, sat in the chair with the microphone in his hand. And post-match to come from Aldershot Town's management team and at least one player. We're going to milk it, and why not? The shots are off and running in the National League this season with 3 points and 5 goals to boot. Just going to catch my breath, listeners, then we'll give the other scores from the National League, and we'll update our radio listeners as well. Lindsay Morrish says, say hello to your brother Rob. I met him at the Billericay game. Looking forward to the highlights of this one. Paul Bertie Reynolds, thanks for the commentary. And Mike Brown says, man of the match, Jed Meerholz for me. But that's an Aldershot squad win. I'm absolutely buzzing. Yeah, I think you sum up the feelings of many Aldershot Town fans. And I'm so pleased to say that my mum Anne Worrell has been listening, and hopefully Dad Tony Worrell as well. You don't get many of those to the pound, Mum. A 5-1 away Aldershot Town victory. I'll just hit a couple of scores up while we're waiting to do the report on radio. I've got to let Julian get away nice and promptly this evening. I shan't forget that. In fact, I think we're going to do the full-time report now, so we'll look at the results after that. No such problems in the end. A tight and a tense start. Pretty tight game for the first 20-25 minutes. But then they got their noses in front. Lovely knockdown from Kwame Thomas. And Ryan Hill ghosted onto it to score his first goal from open play for the Shots this season. 3 minutes later, Josh Barrett was through inside the penalty area, and we waited for a Josh Barrett thing. And he passed it to Tristan Abrahams, who slotted it home. 2-0 Shots at half-time. Before many people, including yours truly, had taken their seat for the second half, Solihull Moors got back into the game. Across Creaney heading home to put Moors back in it at 2-1. But fear not, Shots fans, on the hour, Kwame Thomas was fouled, and Ryan Hill slotted home his third penalty of the season, his fourth goal. 7 minutes later, Hill floated in a free kick. Nightingale won it in the air. Tristan Abrahams had a shot. It thumped the bar and pretty much hit Kwame Thomas and flew over the line. The icing on the cake came in the 87th minute when Hadi Gandor, on as a sub, slipped his marker and squared it in. It couldn't find Kwame Thomas, but it did find Jed Meerholtz, and the young Bristol City loanee, Julian Walters, my co-commentator's man of the match today, fired it into the roof of the net. Shots with 5 goals away from home, their biggest away win in more than 10 years, and their first 3 points of the season. Solihull Moors 1, Aldershot Town 5. All right then, Julian, do I need to let you out, or shall I run through the scores quickly first?
No, keep going.
Okay, Morecambe 2, Altrincham 1 earlier. Morecambe's first game in the National League, and an emotive. No worries. Cheers, Andrew. Morecambe 2, Altrincham 1. Brackley have beaten Rochdale 2-1. That's a bit of a shocking result, but Brackley's home form is always pretty strong. Braintree 1, Yeovil 0. Eastleigh 2, Boston 0. Halifax 1, Forest Green Rovers 2. Cairo Mitchell with the winner 13 minutes from time there. Gateshead 2, Tamworth 1. Hartlepool 3, Woking 0. That leaves Woking pretty much rock bottom. Solihull Moors 1, Aldershot 10. 5 here. Sutton 2, Scunthorpe United 3. Danny Whitehall with a winner there. And Truro 0, Southend 1. I think that goal, that winner, will keep Forest Green, Hartlepool and Southend, all on 10 points. And league tables don't make an awful lot of sense at this stage of the season. But despite those 3 opening defeats, the Shots, with 3 points this afternoon, are rather poetically in 15th place. A place above where they finished last season. Thank you if you've joined us this afternoon for the commentary around the country and around the world. It's been a pleasure to bring it to you. A pleasure to commentate on all 5 Shots goals. Julian, I'm so sorry that you got to commentate on the Solihull Moors one, but a commentary, Davey, you'll never forget.
Thank you, Rob. I also just missed the first 20 seconds as well, but it was a great day out altogether, and not often we're going to sit here commentating on a 5-1 away victory for sure.
Brilliant stuff. Have a safe journey home. Aldershot Town will be at home again on Monday against Morecambe. And we'll see what sort of shape they rock up in. They have got huge momentum right now as a football club. They're going to be coming with a siege mentality. They're going to be coming with huge confidence from their opening day win. And it should make for a good game on Bank Holiday Monday. Aldershot Town 1, Solihull Moors 1, Aldershot Town 5. And here, and he's not going to like this, I'm going to spring it on him. Patrick Worrell, my brother, 24 hours ago you weren't coming to this game, were you? I helped persuade you to come. Are you glad that you came?
Yeah, it was a brilliant game today.
He's clearly not. Honestly, listeners, he is at least as chatty as me, if not more, but not when you put a microphone. Can we do very quickly, 2 minutes? Just Tommy Widrington just coming to the point. He's got to fly. So, Tommy, very quick word. Thank you very much. I see that you've got to fly, but after having to front up after 3 very difficult and unlucky defeats, you said we'll be okay. I've been telling people all week Aldershot Town will be okay. Today you showed just how together your squad is and how as a team they won that football match.
Yeah, but I've just said to the lads there, and I actually spoke with their skipper, the opposition skipper coming off the pitch. We could have done that in every game we've played. We just didn't defend like that in every game we've played, and that's not a jibe at the goalkeeper and the back lads. It's us as a team. We were far more compact when we needed to be today, and when we opened up the game with football, I thought it was very, very difficult to handle. What it shows you is we've got loads of ways we can score goals. We've scored from set play, we've scored another penalty. That means we're in the box a lot of the time, do you know what I mean? So I've always been a bloke who wants to play on the front foot, I want to play attacking football. The pitch was excellent, and I thought the biggest positive for me was after the only negative of the game. They've scored after 6 seconds, I think. It's after warning that Matt would give them a rocket and they'd have a reaction. But for us to get back on the horse and put my foot on their neck and squeeze the life out of them, 5-1 doesn't flatter us.
And let's just round up quickly to say Bank Holiday Monday, emotive game for Morecambe, and let's make it an emotive game for the Shots too, because the first 3 points are on the board, and if you didn't get here today, you'll want to be there Monday.
Yeah, at the end of the day, look, I've been very calm. The 4 performances have been very, very similar. Very similar. Look, we scored, I don't even know how many goals we scored. We scored 11 goals now?
Yes.
In 4 games. Look, if we score goals at that rate, I'm telling you now we're going to get better. Just prevent the balls going in our net. We've got people coming back who'll make us stronger, not just from the pitch to start, from the benches we got today. We're bringing on people like Kino and James Henry, Kivan Rai. These are all going to play a massive part for us this season. And the lads who haven't played much lately, I'm hoping to get 1 or 2 of them back soon.
Brilliant. Cheers, Tommy. Safe journey home. Thank you.